Welcome back, YouTube. So, in numerous of my videos and even in the comment section, I get a lot of questions asking what can we expect overall from Dogecoin in 2022? Well, in this video, I'm going to answer that, and I'm going to give you both the good and the bad because we can break either direction depending on what's going on in the economy. So I'm going to outline the best possible case scenario and also what would happen if things didn't go our way. I'm going to start with if we got a break to the downside and give you some of those scenarios there. And then, of course, we'll go over the positive news because that's much more in depth and take a little longer to explain. So one of the biggest factors that we have here is what's going on with the economy. We have like a emergence of this new virus, and we have inflation running wild. So there's a lot of factors out there that can say, okay, we can stay in a consolidation period for a little longer, and it's possible that the next cycle of the bull run technically could be delayed. And to be completely honest, looking at it based off of the bear market that we had last year, that was the shortest bear market in history. So technically speaking, I know a lot of people are impatient, but technically speaking, we are overdue, way overdue for a consolidation period because literally since the beginning of the crypto market and the stock market, we're talking about over 100 years. Last year, 2020, in the middle of a pandemic, was the shortest bear market in history. So technically speaking, nothing is happening that's out of the ordinary. And if the inflation was running wild, or if there was like some variance, this wouldn't be abnormal for us to continue trending sideways. So I would just use that as an opportunity to make sure you're averaged down and to make sure that you are prepared for the next bull run. And my next video will be, I'll be releasing, will be telling you exactly when I expect that bull run to be. But if we do get a breakdown to the downside, because right now we're trending around like the 18, 19 range. If we get a breakdown, again, we've pretty much held up consistently at around that 16 cents range. We dipped down, we flashed down a little bit, but we always hold up. But if we were to break through that, just in case you haven't seen any of my videos, we have the historical range that will place us at around 12 cents. So we should get some resistance there as far as for the market overall viewing Dogecoin as oversold and pretty much labeling it a great buying opportunity. Even if they wanted to get out at roughly the prices we are now at 12 cents, they'd say, hey, look, we can make 50% just based off of historically where it likes to rest. And if you look at the moving averages, you'll know that most of the Dogecoins moving averages are actually at around 25 cents. So technically, if you were able to get it around that price, you're looking at a 100% return or if it returned to its moving average. But because we have this gap up here, there's little to no support. So if we break through the support we have now, then there's not a guarantee that we'll stop at 12 cents, but the actual next level of support is around the 5 to 6 cents range. So that's worst case scenario. Something crazy goes on with the variant. We keep having record inflation. The economy keeps getting restricted. The markets keep selling off. Then that's what you can. We could technically keep trending sideways if the support's there and the community is willing to continue holding. But if the time came where the economy was so strapped as far as for cash and people were beginning to sell off, you can expect that next level support to be in the 12 to 6 range. Now, as far as for will we get a repeat of last year? Now, I do believe that because of the amount of volume of retailers that have come into the market, that the cycles may have been shifted. But when we look at the amount of money that's flowing into the market and the catalyst that we have coming up, we have a lot to be grateful for and a lot to be looking forward to in 2022. There's really a lot that we have that can set us up to have a similar amount of success as we did last year. In the first quarter alone, this is not concrete as far as for the Tesla merge, but we're anticipating that it'll be done in the first quarter. We have pretty much a rough date for the satellite, which should be like late March, which is still technically the first quarter. We have the date from Adam Aaron, CEO of AMC, who stated that he expects AMC to be able to accept Dogecoin for payment in the first quarter. We now have GameStop coming forward saying that they're going to be accepting Dogecoin. I'm not sure as far as the date for that, but that's just coming on. in 2022 as well. And then we have the moon launch, amongst other things. And pretty much, if you haven't seen my other videos, I consider, as far as like the Doge 1 satellite and the moon launch, I consider all these great press runs for us to strengthen the community, for us to um, build and grow the base and get that separation from these other cryptocurrencies, because these new cryptocurrencies that are named after Doge are popping up like every day. And the more that we build the foundation of Dogecoin, the more that we're going to be able to separate ourselves from these other coins. And I think that when we start having these press runs, as far as for Doge being successful with Tesla, Doge being successful with AMC, Doge being successful with GameStop, Doge, the moon launch and the satellite being successful, I think that we're going to add that credibility to Dogecoin, and that we have the potential to have that mass adoption and having a lot of businesses do partnerships with Dogecoin in 2022. I'm not saying that Dogecoin would break out of the consolidation period and go on a solo bull run. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible either, but it takes a lot of technically it takes a lot of money to do that, and for it to break out solo, it will be retail money. The biggest reason that I'm calling it the year of Dogecoin is because I think that this is going to be the year where things become apparent that the market is shifting, and that we're going to literally start drawing the lines in the sand as far as for those separations. Again, I know I've mentioned this in some of my previous videos, but I believe that a lot of the coins that we see popping up here, they're going to go away. And a lot of the institutions that are looking to not necessarily be whales in the market, but are looking to do business with the some of the leading cryptos. I think that them settling into their different avenues that's going to be made more apparent in 2022. And if you ever seen my last video, I went into more detailed. I called it "This is why Dogecoin will beat Bitcoin." It's my last video. I'll put a link in the description by going into more detail. But I think for those reasons, I think that 2022 is going to be the year of Doge, and we're going to pretty much have that foundation. I don't believe on the next bull run that we're actually going to come back and test these levels again. So I believe that on that next run, the consolidation period, as far as the consolidation percentage, will be a lot lower. So I believe that we're ultimately going to rest, have a higher low than where we are now. I know that technically in crypto, that range is pretty wide. Normally it's like 50 to 80%. But I think that on the next one, we're going to stay closer to like that 50 to 60%. And that's why I think we should take advantage of these current prices now, so that we're not, because we may very well not see them again on the next cycle. For those of you that have been patient, a stock or crypto can only go three directions. That's up, down, or sideways. And Dogecoin, even through the consolidation period, we're showing a lot of strength at that 16 cents level. So unless something pretty terrible happens inside the economy that causes farther sell-off by institutions, which may trigger panic, I believe that we're pretty solid as far as we're calling this a floor and a great buying opportunity. So as we close out this year, if you believe that something incredible is going to happen in 2022, if you believe that any of those mini catalysts, the Robinhood wallets, the AMC partnership, the Tesla partnership, the GameStop partnership, the satellite launches, the moon launches, if you believe any of those things can result in Dogecoin having a positive return in 2022, then action needs to be taken right now as far as for at these current prices, especially when you're able to look at this chart just as I am and see that we're holding up at a support line, one of the strongest support line Dogecoin has had since its initial rally last year. So that's all I have for this video. I just wanted to do a quick update on 2022 and why Doge, and why I believe that is the year of Dogecoin. If you found value in this video, please consider giving it a like so YouTube can share it with additional people, so we can grow together in numbers and knowledge. And also consider subscribing to the channel. You can always change your mind later. And don't forget about BlockFi. If you open an account with them, you can get up to $250 in some of your favorite cryptos, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. And until next time.